The following program is intended for mature audiences.
It doesn't. Listen.
KDK is the biggest stupid gay fuck in the entire universe.
KDK's Lunatic Fringe.
Hey, DK, prankster extraordinaire! The internet or the retard fucker?
Hello, big dog! Fuck you! Yeah, fuck you! Fuck you, you fucking fuck!
You were like, you were one of the people I worship when it comes to like prank phone calls.
I suffer when he bites me. I'm in my vagina. When I'm walking and he sees other dogs, he right away, he jumps on my vagina because he gets so crazy. He doesn't know who I am.
Okay, Space Cadets, prepare to hurtle through the cosmos in today's turgid episode.
Oh, for fuck's sake, just cue the goddamn song already. Jesus Christ.
Hello everyone, welcome to KDK's Lunatic Fringe. It is 10:06 p.m., February 9th, 2008. Thank you for joining in with the show tonight. Anyway, thank you for listening. I'm going to play a song here and go take a leak and drink some more of my Monster. Luckily I bought myself a 4-pack of Monster energy drinks today. I buy the blue kind because they're low carb, and I gotta watch my girlish figure, I guess. So tonight's program is going to be brought to us by Monster and some Sudafed that I took earlier because I have a cold, and vodka. There you go. The evil triumvirate right there. I'm not going to drink too much because I don't want to wind up like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger, like accidental overdose on over-the-counter medications. Actually, I think River was on over-the-counter stuff, and Heath was on... I read the toxicology report. He was on 2 different anti-anxiety drugs, two different anti-depression drugs, and 2 different painkillers. And they're all prescription shit, so there you go. That's how he accidentally killed himself. Loads of losers here already, so that means numbers are coming in early tonight. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. I'm going to take the first shot of the night here, and I'm gonna have to finish this Monster really quick, just so I can wire myself up for the show, since I don't drink coffee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drink. What I should have done is come home today and edit last week's show, so I would have the pranks from last week to play this week. But instead I came home and started watching Gotcha Man, because I'm very irresponsible like that. Yeah, I suppose you could say. I'm coming down with a cold, but I'm in good spirits. If my voice sounds a little off, that's exactly why. My sinuses are so clogged, my inner ear is so clogged that as I'm talking, I can feel that my voice is vibrating the liquid that's in my inner ear, and it's tickling. And we're back. Having technical difficulties over here. I don't know why, but I just buffered out and lost the stream. Oh well. Every once in a while the cable company does line work, and they always seem to want to do it like late on Saturday night. So if you lose me abruptly and the rotation doesn't come back, then you know what's happening. But I'm going to try to persevere anyway. Hell, even if I lose the signal, I'll just sit here making prank calls by myself until I'm tired. And then I'll go to bed. With my weary head. I'm going to go to the chat room, see what people are saying. Hopefully we have some numbers coming in. Lonesome Loser's blinking. He has Leon Fontaine Pope, Steve and Ruth Weekman, Dick Limpert, Ronaldo Fong, Manuel and Eileen Villaboy. But more importantly, a Latino guy, an Asian guy, a woman, an old guy, and a woman. Yeah, so I'm going to wait a little while, let more numbers come in, let some time pass before the confirmation and the prank. Otherwise, people are always suspicious. You know the drill. And I feel like I'm completely wasted, but I haven't smoked any weed yet, and I only did one shot. And I know it's not the cold meds, because I only took 2 Sudafed, and that was like 3 or 4 hours ago. Oh, boy. I was too lazy to go to the store, and I didn't have any leftover cold medication besides that. Otherwise, I'd probably be on, like, Dayquil. Yeah, if I were on NyQuil, I wouldn't even be on right now. I would be off to see Klaus. There's an inside joke that nobody gets. Anyway, I'm going to do another shot here. I'm trying to get up to speed, like, in a hurry, so that I can get... Normally, I, like, stall until 11 to do the pranks, but since I said I want to get off early, I want to start doing the pranks early. Oh, that's so foul. Oh. Man. Ugh. Oof. Last time I drank was on Tuesday, and I drank beer on Tuesday, so it's probably since last Saturday that I did vodka shots. And I noticed when some time goes between doing them, like the memory comes back of how gross they are, like my tolerance for the disgusting taste of vodka goes away. Man, I got douche chills, my mouth is watering, like I'm about to, you know, like right before you puke and your mouth starts, like, you start drooling like crazy as your body wants to, like, lubricate for the food that's going to be flying up your esophagus in several moments. Yeah. Also, we have Francis Hoblitz coming in. Okay, these are coming in as I speak here. There was somebody I wanted you guys to ask and see if you could find the number. I gotta go grab my local paper because there's a funny story in there that I wanted to talk about on the air and hopefully get this person's number. So, okay. I'm the type of person, whenever I read my local paper, one of the things I pay particular interest to is the police blotter, because I like to look and see if there's names of people that I know in there. And there have been many times in the past where I've seen people that I know in there. For example, my friend Desiree, I saw one time in the paper that she had been arrested for shoplifting. Just by reading the police blotter. Okay, so here we go. This is the story. This comes from the Danbury News-Times in Danbury, Connecticut. 2 city men were behind bars Friday night after police executed search warrants at a Newtown Road address. Bunmi Duganta, 24 of Butternut Lane, and Jesquan Mailbird, 22 of Laurel Street. I love that name, Mailbird. Sounds like a wacky Pokemon or something. It's Mayo, M-A-Y-O-B-Y-R-D, like the birds. During the search, police found crack cocaine, ecstasy, a scale, cash, and containers with false tops, police said. Police said the search warrants were obtained after an investigation by the Special Investigations Division. Both men... Okay, so there's a little hint. Bunmi. I'm not sure how to say this because... it's spelled B-O-U-N-M-Y. So it could be like Bunmi. Or if you say it fast, it's like Bunny fell down the steps. Bunny fell down the steps. I don't know what a nationality Boundme is. Maybe Asian or something. But I had remembered this name when I read it because I read it in the paper last week as somebody who got arrested trying to fill a fake prescription at a drugstore. So now the following week, the same person is in the paper again. Both men were charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of crack cocaine with intent to sell, possession of a hallucinogenic. It doesn't mention what hallucinogenic in the article, but, you know, it had to be like LSD or shrooms or something. And possession of a hallucinogenic with intent to sell. because this is Connecticut, this is like shroom country, because to grow psychedelic mushrooms, the best place they grow is on horse shit. And we got a lot of horse farms and rich people with horses in this area, so there's a lot of mushrooms that go around. Police were holding them on a $100,000 bail. Oh, Mayo Bird is on a $100,000 bail. Boonme is on $250,000 bail. Okay, so I forgot that part of the article. I was hoping we could call them up and like try to buy some. I was going to come up with weird names like Blue Sunshine and just try to buy drugs off them. Duganta was arrested in December on drug charges, according to police, and was free Friday after posting $200,000 bail in the previous case. So they didn't even mention the case, probably because he hasn't been proven guilty, or I don't know. I don't know why they didn't mention it. Maybe my memory is better than that of the reporters at this paper, but they mentioned an arrest in December. I remember an arrest from, like, no more than 2 weeks ago for trying to fill a false prescription, and now arrested again for selling crack cocaine, E. Well, E must be the hallucinogenic. E is considered a hallucinogenic? It says cocaine, E, a scale, cash, containers with false tops. That would be something to, like, hide the drugs in. You could put your weed in there. And I was going to ask people to try to find the phone number for Bunmi Duganta. Duangta. It's D-O-U-A-N-G-T-A. So it's Duangta. Bunmi Duangta. That's got to be like Vietnamese or something. But either way, somebody look up that name and see if you can find a family member, because I can call up as bound me saying they're ass fucking me and you got to break me out of Bridgeport prison, because that's most likely where he's being held in this area. So it's B-O-U-N-M-Y D-O-U-A-N-G-T-A of Butternut Lane in Danbury. So somebody try to find that number and we'll try to give them a call. And also in the paper, on the back fold, you know how they have they always have like the newly engaged section or something like that, like let's see exactly what it's called. In the same paper on a different page, in the weddings/engagements category, recently engaged is my ex-boyfriend's brother Mark, who I haven't seen since I was probably in my early 20s. And they always print a picture of like the hopeful bride and groom, and I say hopeful on purpose because they're hopeful, but let's face it, like virtually every marriage fails within 5 years. If not, they all fail within 10 years. And there's a picture of him, and I've had a game I used to play, like if I'm reading a paper and there's somebody I know around, I always play a game with people. Whenever I get to the weddings and engagements page, I always play Let's Pick the Ugliest Bride, or Let's Pick the Ugliest Groom. And my ex-boyfriend's brother would probably be the ugliest groom this time out, because he turned out to be a big fat fuck. I remember calling him probably a little over a year ago, and I got a hold of his girlfriend, who is now apparently his fiancée, and she was a total cunt on the phone. And Bill recently bought a computer, so he might be listening right now. I would love to call him because I know it's a Saturday and I know he's drunk as shit, but he never answers his phone. Every single call he gets always goes to the voicemail, to the point where I thought he only had a pager, because he never ever picks up the phone. And the only reason why I know that he has a cell phone and not just a pager is because he calls me at like 5 in the morning. Every night now I have to turn off the ringer on my house phone, and I have to turn off my cell phone, because what he does is he gets drunk and he plays clips from whatever he's watching. Because in his mind, he's so not only is he a hopeless raging alcoholic, but he's so crazy that when he watches stuff on TV and when he listens to stuff on the radio, he thinks that they're talking about things in his personal life, and maybe they're trying to help him work through his issues. But he calls and he plays clips that are meaningful to him at the time, and he thinks the TV is like imparting some kind of wisdom to him. Actually, at 5 in the morning, it's usually him listening to replays of Bubba the Love Sponge on Sirius. And he's thinking that Bubba is talking about things that are pertaining to his life, and he's talking about him. And I'm not bullshitting. And otherwise, the guy is perfectly normal. You can talk to him, have a normal... You know how you can't talk to Crazy Dave and have a normal conversation with him because he's just too fucking crazy? Other than thinking at 5 in the morning when he's raging drunk that the radio is talking to him, he's completely normal. If I saw him at 10 o'clock at night, or even 10 in the morning... Actually, 10 in the morning, he'd probably be hungover and drunk and, like, waking up with a puddle of his own vomit and stuff. But he calls and he leaves these voicemails because he never gets through to me. And it's always shit that's, like, poorly modulated, like he's sitting there drunk, like, holding his cell phone up to a speaker, and he's, like, teetering and tottering back and forth, so the sound is going in and out as he's, like, wavering on his feet. And he's in his mind, I'm sitting there on the end of the phone, and I'm listening to him playing this clip, and I'm getting it. You know, I'm understanding how the TV is imparting wisdom about his life to him. Or maybe it's about my life at this point, I don't know. But he's somebody that I haven't seen for several years. I dated him for many years, probably between the ages of 16 to my early 20s. And I eventually broke up with him because I told him I was going to come out of the closet and I was ready to, like, live like a normal life and stop living in fear and be a brave person and all this, and he could either join me or not, and he decided he wanted to stay in the closet. So he's been in the closet, and to be honest with you, I don't think he's had sex with anybody but me in the past 10 years because well, now he's, like, fat and out of shape and, like, gross and, like, crazy and retarded, so it's not like he can put the moves on ladies. Like, he can walk up to a chick at a bar and go, you know, Bubba the Love Sponge teaches me insights about my life. Unless she's a Bubba the Love Sponge fan or, like, crazy, psychotically drunk herself, she's gonna be frightened away. So, yeah, he probably doesn't get a whole lot of tail. He's not bad looking, aside from the fact that he's, like, overweight, but there you go. Most of America is overweight anyway, especially at his age, and he is 38. Right. Anyway, we can call up Mark Kotash, my ex-boyfriend's brother, and we can wish him a happy engagement as a follow-up call to this call that I did years ago. Well, not years ago, but like a year or two ago. And I actually, in this call, I outed my ex to his brother. And I was talking to him recently, not his brother, but my ex. I was talking to my ex recently. And I was telling him, you know, I called your brother once, and I got his girlfriend, and she was like a really, like, domineering, naggy, shrill cunt. And he's like, oh, you're the one. He told me all about that. And I was like, there you go. See, he remembers me. I went on to live in infamy in his mind. He should have put 2 and 2 together before, but he didn't for some reason. And let me see if I can find that one. I'm looking through my folder of unreleased KDK calls, which is absolutely fucking enormous. And I don't remember what I called that one. Maybe under M for Mark. Okay, yeah, there you go. I called this one at the time that I did it when I edited the show. I called this one Mark Kotash and his cunt. So if somebody sends me the number for Mark Kotash, we'll call him later tonight, and maybe we'll get his old lady and pick a fight with her and reference this call, and she won't get it, but we will, and we can snicker like children behind the schoolhouse, smoking corn silk.
We are not available now. No new messages. Repeat.
Hi, it's Mom. I just want to make sure that you come over early in the morning, because Aunt Brenda's coming early with Aaron and Kim to see you. So, I'll see you then you go back to bed for a while. Bye. Hello?
Hello, I was looking for Mark.
Who's this?
My name is Ed. Hey, Rosita.
Stop fucking calling here, okay?
What are you talking about? I've never called you before in my life. Hello? I'm looking for William Kotash. Hello, I'm looking for William Kotash.
Yeah, there's no William.
Oh, Mark, how you doing, man?
Hey.
You probably don't remember me, but I know you from the old days. Like back when you were like 12 years old.
Right.
I probably met you only a couple times. I used to hang out with your brother. Can I get his number? See, I thought this was his number because he used to have his number listed under Mark Kotash, and I thought this might be him.
It's really nice.
Well, I know it's not him. I know from the voice. But do you have your brother's number?
No, I really don't have my brother's number.
You don't know your own brother's phone number?
No.
Where is he living? Is he still in Connecticut?
Who are you?
Do you want to know really?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah.
What are you, his girlfriend?
Yeah.
I'm your boyfriend's brother's ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get in touch with him.
Okay, why don't you do that without calling us?
Because I can't get the number, duh.
Well, fucking call us at 2 in the morning.
Well, I'll give you a number out over the internet, and everybody will call you if you don't give me the number.
Screw you, asshole.
Okay, I'm going to give out your number. You want me to do it right now? I'll do it while you're on the line. I'll be calling you all the rest of the night.
I'm so proud of you. You know how to use an internet.
You sound like a cunt. Mark?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I must have been drunk this night. I wonder if any of you guys called like after I did. Did anybody like stay up and call them and like just call her a cunt all night? I'm gonna do myself shot number 3 during the pause here, and I'll probably cut myself off after that because I only ate one meal today because I'm on a maintenance diet now. Not that I've gained any weight, but I'm afraid that I will because I ate badly yesterday. I ate an entire can of black olives because I opened them up and I'm like, oh, serving size is 5, and 5 has 3 grams of fat. But I ended up eating the whole can because I love black olives. I love black olives. I love barbecue. I can see I'm going to have to keep a close eye on the encoders tonight because I'm having a problem staying connected. And I'm sorry if my voice is wavering in and out. And I'll mute the mic before I lean over into the garbage can to hawk up loogies. But I'm coming down with a cold. To be honest with you, I should have just gone to bed early tonight and watched Gotcha Man episodes or something. Instead of doing the show tonight and drinking. Because I'm getting a cold. But I can't complain because this is the first cold of the season. Normally every year I get like 3 or 4 colds. Because Keith used to get sick at the drop of a hat and then give it to me, and then we'd give it back and forth all winter long. So I would have like colds on and off all winter long. But this year I'm not complaining. One cold, I figure I'm getting off pretty easy.
You gonna give me Bill's number or what?
I don't have Bill's number.
How do you not have your own brother's phone number?
I don't talk to my brother.
Did he ever molest you when you were a child?
No.
Because that was a rumor going around, and that was the rumor why your mom threw him out of the house? Because he molested you when he was younger.
No.
That's what he told me.
No.
He told me that...
I'm refreshing my memory now as I listen to this. All the things that I said to Bill's brother that Bill doesn't know about because his brother didn't tell him. His brother didn't tell him that I outed him on the air. His brother didn't tell him that I accused him of molesting him when he was younger. Because that really was the rumor around the high school. When Bill was like 16, he got into a fight with his mother over the TV show Knight Rider. It was a Friday night, because that's when Knight Rider was on. I believe it was on like Friday at 8 o'clock or something. And his mom wouldn't let him watch it, because this was the days before cable, where, if you wanted to watch something, everybody had to watch the same thing. And he didn't have a scrambler box in his bedroom, so the cable box in the living room would have to be on NBC for him to watch Knight Rider. But his mom wanted to watch something else, or she was punishing him, so she wouldn't let him watch Knight Rider. So he had one of those bars that you put up in like a doorway for a pull-up bar. You know, it's one of those steel bars you put in the doorway, and it's got like bolts, or I don't know how they work actually because I don't have one. I'd like to get one, but I've seen so many videos online of people doing pull-ups and the bar falling down and smashing them in the face, and then they crash to the floor. And I fear pull-up bars now. But anyway, he yanked down the pull-up bar and he beat his mom up with it. And after that, she threw him out of the house. And that was always his explanation why she threw him out of the house. But around school, like, the dark whispered secret was that he had molested his brother, and that's why she threw him out of the house. Which may or may not be true. Threw him out because he molested you. And he beat her up with, like, a pull-up bar or something.
Alright, well, I really don't have his number, so I'm gonna go.
Do you know where he is? Is he in Connecticut? Is he still working for Electrolux?
I really don't know where he is.
When's the last time you saw your own brother?
I don't know.
Why don't you see him anymore?
I don't.
Don't listen to her. Don't let her rule your life. Listen.
Fuck you!
This isn't a prank call. Just don't let some bitch rule your life for you. Don't make that number one mistake in your life. I'm telling you.
Alright, well.
But I used to know your brother. I used to date him. I don't know if you knew that your brother was bisexual, but I used to date your brother, like, way back in the day. Like 5 or 6 years ago.
Alright, well.
And I'm just trying to get in touch with him, and I look up Kotash, and the only thing I found is Mark, and I called because he used to have his number listed as Mark Kotash. So I thought it might be him.
Alright, well, it's not, and I don't know where he is.
You're not being truthful with me. How can you not know where your own family member is living? Last I heard, he was living on some place on Kenwood Lake Road. Fucking cunt. Okay, that was a bad call. I just wanted to play it as an example of what a nosy cunt his old lady, his future old lady is. And I'd like to call and wish them, in my own way, a happy engagement. In my own way. Man. Let me go back to... Oh, somebody on AIM is blinking. So, Plox just says, hey, in case you didn't get my message on the chat room, it's Tasty Noob. What's going on? Haven't been on in a while. Got arrested for 5 counts of grand larceny. And then he sends me prank call phone numbers. By the way, I've been gone for a while because I was away on 5 counts of grand larceny, but I'm back and ready for some prank calls. So he gives me the phone numbers for Mark Money and Chao Zhang. Oh, the name is pronounced Cow. C-H-A-O is pronounced Cow. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Both verified, picked up within 3 minutes of me sending this. Okay, so I gotta wait a couple of minutes before I can call those. Because that came in at 10:38, which is only 4 minutes ago. That means he called them no more than 7 minutes ago. So I gotta give them some time, let their defenses go back down, let their paranoia wane, and then I can call those numbers. But welcome back, Plox. Hopefully thankfully you're out of the clink. Okay, whatever. You learn something new about people every day. Why hasn't Tasty Noob been around? Why? Of course, because he's been in jail for shoplifting. Grand larceny means he stole, like, big, expensive things. Like, he went to a construction site and tried to steal an earth mover or something like that. Grand larceny is a big deal. It's not petty theft. There's like a $5,000 cutoff point, after which it's like grand larceny. Grand larceny! He got me for grand larceny! Anyway. Over $3,000 for each charge. There you go. $15,000 just for whatever you're... Tell me what you tried to steal. That's probably funny. You probably tried to steal like some kind of dumb shit to impress a chick that you're fucking. Because you're insecure about your manhood. Or something. I can't think of any other reason. But speaking of Drunk Bill, he was over here the other day, and it's sort of like a running behind-the-scenes gag that he's a gay bottom, and he's so in denial that not only will he not say he's not gay, but I was sort of having some fun. While I was fucking him, I have a mirror behind my bed, so I grab him by the hair and I like pull his head back so he's looking at himself in the mirror. And I said, repeat after me, look at what a fag I am. And then he starts like getting angry and like bucking, and I'm hanging in there and I'm holding on like I'm riding the bucking bronco. And I'm like, say, look at what a fag I am. Say, look at what a fag I am. That would make a great scene from my eventually, from the movie of my eventual life. The eventual movie of my life, I should say. Lovely. Nice. Tasty Noob got arrested for stealing 3 TVs, a Corvette, the neighbor's passports, and credit cards, which he used to withdraw over $10,000. What are you thinking? That's a hell of a drunken bender. That's a really bad weekend. You wake up on Monday, you're like, what did I do this weekend? I can't remember anything. My head is pounding. I must have drank too much. I did what? I stole 3 TVs, a Corvette, a passport, and $10,000? And I'm going to jail on 5 counts of grand larceny, carrying a fine of $3,000 each? So unless that Corvette was worth at least $3,000 or $4,000, then you're in the hole, buddy. Talk about being a bad criminal. You ain't smooth. Okay. And Plox says the Corvette was worth $50,000. Apparently he means $50,000. So you're talking about a restored classic carry Corvette that you stole. It's like a comedy movie that we're talking about here. You stole 3 TVs, the Corvette, the passports, the credit cards, $10,000, and you're on the road to Mexico, and you get busted at the border like at the end of Devil's Rejects or something. I'm going to do the first call of the night now. Let me find my phone card. You know, another really good thing about using the cell phone is that its touch-tone sounds are really quiet. So I'm dialing right now, and you can't hear shit. So I don't need to play, like, music whilst I dial. Oh, we're going to voicemail or something.
You have reached the post at 298...
Blah, 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 blah.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, this is Ed Rosenthal. I was calling for Fontaine. If you would, please give me a call back. It's very important. My phone number is 860... because I'm all secretive like that and shit. Okay, so I gave out my phone number to them, and hopefully they'll call back tonight. Because, there ain't no crime in leaving a voicemail on somebody's, or leaving a message on somebody's voicemail, I should say. Man. Okay, those shots are starting to hit me. I'm glad I cut myself off at 4. Let me put my shot glass away, just to remind myself that I'm done, because these are the effect is only gonna get stronger and stronger for the next hour until I'm, like, passed out sitting up in my chair.
Hello?
I look for cow?
Hello?
Cow!
Oh.
Moo! Cow!
No.
Mr. Zhang!
Sorry.
Hola!
Hello?
Hello? Mr. Cow?
Sorry. I don't know.
Speak to me right in English, or else I'll have your ass deported.
Sorry.
You're damn right you're sorry. Mr. Cow? Hello? It sounded like they hung up, but I still hear some like background air in there. So I'm going to call them right back and be angry that they hung up on me. Sometimes that's the best setup for a prank call, is to be angry the second time that you called that they hung up on you. And that often helps to, like, reinforce your story.
Hello?
Why you hang up on me?
Sorry.
I need cow. Give me cow.
No.
Cow?
No. Sorry.
Well, put him on the phone then, asshole.
Sorry, Carol.
No, I know it's the right number. This is the Zang house. Zang, zang, zang.
Something there?
Zim, 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 zum, 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 buzz, 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 buzz in your eardrum. I need Mr. Cow Zang.
Sorry, Carol.
I'm calling from Wells Fargo Financial, and we just want to tell him to pay his damn bill.
Sorry.
Hello? Oh, man. And now I knew this was going to happen. Now my voice is starting to bother me. My sore throat is coming back just from talking so much. But that's okay. I can make it another hour. Tasty Noob says he could steal me a nice house phone. Actually, I have probably the most expensive house phones that you could find. I went into the store and I bought them the best ones I could, so I probably already have the best ones that you could steal, except that I paid for them, right? Yeah. Okay, let's see who else we're going to call now. Lonesome Loser, all your people, enough time has gone by that they're not all nervous and paranoid about people pranking them. So now I can continue with your numbers here. Let me do the phone card thing on the cell phone.
Hello.
Hello, I'm looking for Stephen, please.
Can I take a message?
Is this Ruth?
Yeah.
How are you doing, love? You don't know me, but my name is Ed Rosenthal. I'm an old friend of Steve's. Many a time he's come to me for advice.
Who is it?
Ed Rosenthal. I'm a Jew, but I don't practice. Why would that make her hang up? I'm so calling right back. Why would saying I'm a Jew, but I don't practice signal that it's a prank call? What a cunt. You know, all this shit always reminds me. That's what I always think. Every time I encounter a woman who's a cunt in real life, all I think in the back of my head is that's why I'm bi. Because I could never see myself spending the rest of my life with one of these assholes. Shit.
Hi, you've reached the Weekmans. We can't come to the... Hello? Ruth Weekman? Please enter your passcode. I'm sorry, I did not get your passcode. Please try again. I'm sorry, I did not get your passcode. Please try again. I'm sorry, I did not get your passcode. Call back when you can remember.
Oh, son of a bitch. What a cunt! The one thing I hate most about straight guys is how they're so faggoty and handing their lives over to a female to run it for them. It's like, oh, I'm 8 years old again. I need you to take care of my finances. Here's my checkbook. Here's all my money. You fat bitch. Now take care of it because I'm too stupid to handle it. That's pretty much why most men get married, I think. They're afraid that they're too stupid to continue handling their own finances. Okay, well, we're not going to be able to call her back because she's not answering the phone. If you have a woman like that, I suggest you crack her in the mouth a couple times and knock a tooth loose. Hello, how are you doing, dear? I'm looking for Ronaldo.
What?
I'm looking for Richard Limpert.
For who?
Richard?
For who?
No, I'm confused. I need... Stephen! Is that you? Stephen Weekman?
I think you have the wrong number.
No, I'm looking for Stephen Weekman.
You have the wrong number.
No, I don't. I know it's you. I know it's the right guy. Mr. Fong?
Well, you have the wrong number.
Ronaldo.
Who's calling?
My name is Ed Rosenthal, and I understand why you're confused, because I've never spoken to you before. I've received your number from a friend of mine. Is this Ronaldo?
Who's calling? I think you have the wrong number.
I'm looking for Ronaldo Fong. Is that you, Mr. Fong?
I know.
Okay, can you put Ronaldo on, please?
You got the wrong number.
This is not the Fong House?
No.
Fong House, in the middle of our street, Fong House. You know that old song, right?
No.
That was Mad.
You got the wrong number.
No, put Mr. Fong on. Don't give me a hard time, or I'm going to tell him to slap you around a little.
I'm sorry, you got the wrong number. Bye.
Wait, Ronaldo. What was up with that number? I was trying to confuse the guy with different names, but that was the number for Ronaldo Fong that Lonesome Loser sent me, and they just didn't know what was going on.
Hello?
Hello, I'm calling from Marty. This is Ed Rosenthal.
Well, she's not here right now. Can I take a message?
Did you say she?
Yes.
Marty is a she?
Yes.
Oh my God, so how'd the operation go?
What are you talking about?
Holy Christ, back in the day, you just hit me over the head with a sandbag. Marty, I know, is a man. I'm from 1973. Marty Johnson II.
Nope, wrong number.
Marty Johnson, I know, he gave me the number himself.
I'm sorry I got it, this number.
He's a black guy.
Nope.
How do I get you to prove I know who he is so you put him on the phone? What are you, some kind of parole officer or something? Hello? Man, I haven't done a single fucking call tonight. That's it. I'm doing call after call tonight until I get something funny out of these assholes. I'm going to blame everybody else for me not being funny, like other prank call hosts that I can find out there, but would rather not.
Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Gertrude. This is Ed.
Hello?
Gertrude!
Yes.
Do you mind if I call you Gertie?
I don't know who's this.
This is Ed Rosenthal here. I live here in Beaubridge, Louisiana.
I'm sorry?
I live here in Louisiana, and I'm calling because you told me you were good with the crochet.
I'm sorry, I can't. Can you repeat that?
Why can't you hear me? What's wrong with you?
Who am I speaking with?
My name is Ed Rosenthal, and I'm looking for Gertrude. Are you her?
It depends on who. I don't know who you are.
Okay, Gertrude, how are you doing, love?
And who are you?
My name is Ed Rosenthal. How you been, dear? Don't worry about the last name. I'm a Jew, but I don't practice.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Right, I know you from Bingo.
Bingo? You got the wrong person because I don't go to Bingo.
Well, this is Gertrude Prade, is it not?
It depends.
Well, maybe somebody else gave me the number because they knew we were destined to be together.
Man, you got the wrong number.
Gertrude, don't tell me I got the wrong number when I know your name and I'm calling you at work. For crying out cornflakes.
Hello?
Gertrude.
Who?
I'm looking for Gertrude Prade.
How did you get this number?
It was given to me by a mutual friend. And she doesn't know who I am, so I can understand her hesitance to want to take my call. But I can explain everything. If you just put her on the line. Hello?
Yes?
Why have you not given me the Gertrude yet?
I asked you 3 times what this call was in reference to.
Well, Gertrude, how are you doing, dear? It's me, it's Ed Rosenthal. How are you doing, love?
I tell you what, you're going to find out how well I'm doing. I have this call traced.
What are we going to have to call traced for? What are you talking about? I'm just calling to ask you out on a date.
Well, I'm happily married. Why don't you come out to your husband?
Why? You see it the 3 ways?
Why don't you come out to your husband?
Well, give me the number and I'll call him too, see if he's into a three-way. If he's down with the brothers. Down with the brown, that's what I say.
How about come and meet me on the Winn-Dixie parking lot?
You want me to meet you at the Winn-Dixie?
Yeah.
Why? You're going to go and get your ass beat for the pride of Gertrude. Think about what you're saying before you commit to it.
Oh, you don't know who the fuck you playing with.
Gertrude, how you doing, love?
That's not Gertrude you're speaking to.
Well, somebody put Gertrude on. Gertrude praying on the phone.
Come meet us in Winn-Dixie parking lot. We gonna show you. Come meet us. We gonna show you what we talking about.
Listen, this is America, and you speak to me right, or I'm gonna call the INS.
Bitch, you call over here. You call on my phone.
I call on your phone.
How you got this number? You call this number.
I got this number from Gertrude.
This is Gertrude's husband. Why don't you come meet me on the Winn-Dixie?
Well, now I can put two and two together, and I can see why Gertrude is acting the way she is, because you're listening. So why don't you get off the line, if you're not interested in the three-way, and put Gertrude on with me. You know, I'm down for a three-way. I'll poke you.
Come meet us on Winn-Dixie parking lot. Gertrude will be there waiting for you.
And you'll be there, too?
Oh, I guarantee I'm going to be there.
I'll bring my old lady, too. You can fuck her, I fuck Gertrude, and then everyone's copacetic.
Where are you from?
I'm from right here. In Louisiana. Gertrude gave me this number. That's the only reason why I called. Hello? Hello? And we're back. And that was me talking to Gertrude and her friends. So, now I would like to move on, being that it's almost midnight, I would like to move on to doing UK and Scotland and overseas wake-up calls. So if anybody has those numbers, please send them in. You know, I do what I can do within the continental United States. But I prank so many people that the word gets around, and it's hard to prank people anymore. As a matter of fact, recently when I contacted somebody about handling the day-to-day business of the website of kdkprankcalls.com, the bitch actually had the nerve to say to me, well, prank calls are kind of outdated. You can't really do a prank call anymore with call tracing systems and star 69 and all this stuff. And I had to give her a bitch slap and teach her some education about the prank call kingdom. And she never called me back because I sort of knew that she wasn't up to the task. She was the sort of cunt who just hangs out locally, and when people ask for a website, she just installs Joomla or Mambo and tailors it to whatever douchebag hired her, and that kind of shit won't work for me. I know I've tried it. If the shit worked the way it's supposed to do for the kind of site that I have, it would totally be in place already. I wouldn't be fucking around. But it doesn't work. And I'm gonna go grab myself another Diet Iced Tea. I'll be back very shortly. And I'm back with a Diet Nestea Iced Tea here. The rest of the show is brought to us by Diet Nestea. Diet because I don't like being a big fat bastard. That ought to be the tagline for any soda out there. For Diet Coke, that ought to be the new tagline. Diet because I don't want to be a big fat bastard. Most people who are like big fat bastards are that way because they drink too much soda. Because people don't realize, even though it's not saturated fats, people don't realize that when you take in that much sugar, that it's all converted to fat. And your body saves it for a rainy day. And if you never have the rainy day where you go and like work out and run and jog for hours on end, then it just stacks up and stacks up and stacks up, and before you know it, you're a big fat sugary bastard. Fong?
Yeah.
How you doing, dear? This is Ed Rosenthal.
Good.
Right. How you doing? What are you wearing, love?
What?
What? Hello?
Hello, is it now right?
I am looking for Mr. Fong. Professor Fong.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Oh, how you doing, love? What are you wearing? We could just go back and forth in circles all befuddled, or you could talk to me. How you doing, love?
Hello?
Mr. Fong.
Who are you?
My name is Ed Rosenthal, and I hail from Louisiana, Texas. You're not going to question me on that.
I don't know you, sir.
I just said Louisiana, Texas, and you're not going to question me on that. You're that stupid. You don't know the difference. Hello?
No, I don't want to talk to you, okay?
Okay, well, Mr. Fong, I'm calling because you won an incredible prize to the Caribbean. You can sail the Mar Caribe.
No, I don't want to. Sorry.
You don't want to sail the Caribbean?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
You sail to World's End and you fall off the cliff that the flat earth people believe exists, but it doesn't. So you just sail on to the next day.
No, thank you. Okay, bye.
Hello, I'm looking for Fong, please.
What?
Mr. Fong.
This is the phone.
Professor Fong, how are you doing, love? It's me, it's Ed Rosenthal, from the United States.
Yeah, well, it's the early hours of the morning here in the UK, and we don't appreciate being called at this time of the morning.
Oh, what time is it, dear?
Well, you work it out. We're about 5-6 hours ahead of you.
Holy Christ, so it's 5 or 6 in the morning over there.
Yeah, and I'm asleep. Well, I was until you called.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry, but I just wanted to ask what you're wearing.
You're a bit of a pervert by the sound of it. I don't think I want to wish to talk to you anymore. Please do not call this number again, else I will use international properties to trace your call and have the authorities call you and stop this immediately.
Okay, I talk to you in about 10 minutes. Bye-bye. They can stop me with international laws and bullshit. That ain't gonna happen.
Sure. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you speak up? I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry?
Yell at the phone because mine sucks ass and I can't hardly hear you.
Call the chat line at 800-377-TALK.
Hello. Yeah. Who is
Hey.
calling?
I'm looking for the hobos.
Yeah. Who am I speaking with?
This is Maurice Rosenthal.
Okay.
Hey. Of the Connecticut Rosenthals.
Rosenthal?
What it's about? I'm not sure what it's about, but, I was looking for Gary. He said not to say anything to anyone else about it.
So Gary
Bitch.
has it's in heaven since 7 years, so I don't know when you talk to it.
Just put him on. It'll be easier for the both of us.
I'm sorry?
Put Gary on. This is his friend Maurice.
I still
You can have
don't
the Yahoo chat.
I don't know what you need to do. What do you want to
Well,
talk
I don't know
about?
you, but he knows me. See. Apparently he hasn't told you anything about me, but you'll learn in time.
When did you talk to Gary?
Huh?
When did you talk to Gary?
Gary's where?
Thank you for calling.
Huh?
Don't play dumb with me, lady. Put Gary on the line. And if you don't, I'm inclined to believe that something has happened to Gary and he's unable to come to the phone. Okay, hang on a second here. I've tried like 2 or 3 times during that break to dial here, and it's giving me a hard time.
We got to close it out. That's it for tonight. Be back again tomorrow night. Red-eyed and bushy-tailed, 'cause I can tell you tomorrow, baby.
I moved your picture.
I moved your picture
from my wall.
From my wall.
From my wall. And I replaced them.
Both large and I replaced them.
Both large and small.
Both large and small.
And each new day.
Each new day. Each and every one.
Find me so blue.
So find me so blue. So blue.
Nothing takes the place of you.
Just remember, nothing takes the place of nothing can ever take the place of you.
I read your letters.
I read your letters. Each and every one.
One by one.
One by one. By one.
And I still love you.
And I still love you, baby. Baby, I still love you.
When it's all said and done.
When it's all said and done, I still remember you.
Oh, my darling.
Oh, my darling. Thank God.
I'm so blue.
I'm so blue. Because nothing. Because nothing.
Because nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Makes you quite as good as your vagina.
I write this letter. It's raining.
It's raining.
On my window pane.
As the movie single writes. One day it says until tomorrow. You know, he's not even listening to the lyrics anymore. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you too. As each teardrop glistens on my letter.
Without you.
How's that one?
Nothing seems the same.
Without time, nothing's the same. Nothing's the same.
So I'll wait.
And I'll wait.
Until you're home.
Until you're home.
Again, I love you.
Again. Like I said before, I love you.
But I'm all alone.
But I'm all alone. I'm all alone till I see you again tomorrow night, baby. Till tomorrow. Till tomorrow, I love you so much. I love you more.
I'm so blue.
Bye. I'm bluer. Goodbye.
Because nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, but nothing.
But nothing.
Takes the place.
Takes the place of you, baby. Thank you all for listening. I love y'all. Tune in again next week. And stay beautiful.